All right, g'day guys. This is Jackson Milan, the Wealth Mentor, and I just wanted to record this quick masterclass for you guys because I'm getting a ton of questions around a summary of the government stimulus packages. I understand many of you are small business owners, maybe sole traders, you've got staff, you're having to make some really tough decisions. So I want you to understand what we know and what we've simplified in regards to the current stimulus packages that have been announced, so you can navigate this information and make sure that you take the appropriate action off the back of this. So I want you to make sure that you get what you need to be able to shift tact accordingly. Now, the most important thing to realize is that there are a lot of details still to come. We expect that the deadlines for a lot of these things are going to be around about April for all of the details to be firmed up. And that's just because we realize that the government needs time to essentially work out the logistics, all of the finer details of these stimulus packages. So make sure that you speak to your financial advisor, your tax advisor, or your accountant, to make sure that you understand how these things specifically apply to you. So just as a little bit of a recap, there's been two stimulus packages announced so far. So I firstly just wanted to recap the first stimulus package. I believe that these are going to be paid in addition to each other. However, we're still working out whether one does supersede the other, because obviously, particularly for small businesses, we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're just not sure if they're going to be paid together. Now, the first stimulus package was covering 50% of apprentice wages if employed before the 1st of March. So essentially, it's going to cover 50% of your apprentice's wages from the 1st of January all the way up to the 30th of September. So this is equivalent to up to about $21,000 per apprentice, or around $7,000 per quarter that they've been employed. So this is a substantial benefit, guys, if you're in a trades business and you've got apprentices that are on the books. There's also up to 50% of the PAYG withheld, up to $25,000 when lodging your BAS on the 28th of April. Now, if you are an eligible business, you have the ability to receive up to $2,000, even if you haven't withheld any tax. So once again, this is going to be ensuring that you get your BAS submitted on time. Make sure that you speak to your tax agent, your tax advisor, your accountant when doing this. I expect that all of the details will be firmed up before your submission date to ensure that you can maximize your entitlements accordingly. The next one is the instant asset write-off being increased to $150,000. So if you're in a small business, you're looking to potentially turn over vehicles, get new assets, and particularly coupled with the second incentive of getting access to unsecured business finance to be able to do so, there's opportunities for you to maximize your cash flow and also receive the depreciation benefits as a result of the instant asset write-off. So make sure that you work with your professional team. If you need assistance with that, feel free to reach out. Now, the second stimulus package, there's some additional benefits that have been announced that is really trying to assist sole traders and casual workers. So the first thing for sole traders and casual workers is the access to job seeker payments. So essentially, they're going to be able to get access to an additional $550 per fortnight based on the income test. And essentially, they're going to be waiving the asset test and also the waiting period for job seeker. So essentially, anybody who's out of work, who's a sole trader or a casual worker, will be able to apply for job seeker pretty straight away. And essentially, eligible job seekers will be receiving circa $1,100 per fortnight from these benefits. Now, I understand this is not a huge amount of money. However, hopefully, it can provide some additional cash flow to assist you with navigating these tough times. Now, the next part is the small business support, which is by far what I've received the most questions for at the moment. And the first thing is a tax-free cash payment of up to $100,000 with a minimum of $20K for eligible businesses. And this is essentially for businesses that are employing staff. Essentially, they'll be receiving up to 100% of withheld tax for the 19-20 financial year. Once again, the details are still a little bit vague, but this is essentially a pretty substantial incentive, which we expect is going to be retrospective for any PAYG that you've paid through the financial year. And we believe that this is also going to account for directors. So this is going to be really important to get advice on, guys, because if you're not on the books, if you're just taking directors' drawings, if you've got people that are paid in cash, all of these types of things are going to impact the entitlement that you could receive. So this is going to be extremely important that you make sure that you have a proactive and forward-facing strategy to ensure that you can maximize your entitlements during these times. Now, there's also going to be a guarantee of unsecured loans of up to $250,000 for up to 3 years. So essentially, the government is going in partnership with banks to provide additional lending to SMEs. So this is going to only apply for new lending or if you are refinancing to a new lender. It will not work if you're refinancing internally. And essentially, what they're looking to do is to provide no repayments required for these facilities for the first 6 months. So this can provide you with access to additional cash flow that you might need to get through this period, and ensure that you essentially don't have to have the weight of those repayments. Essentially, they're going to be waived in full, and essentially is going to give you that breathing space to allow you to see this through. This is going to be really key for many businesses. This is also going to flow on potentially to mortgages and rent subsidies that are going to be coming out shortly. Watch this space. We'll be providing more details on that as soon as we know what's going on. The next one, which is a little bit controversial, and I urge you guys to approach this carefully, because particularly when the markets have fallen, this may not be the best strategy. So definitely make sure that you get specific advice for your situation. But there is access to superannuation. So for anyone who's had more than a 20% reduction in their hours or income, they have the ability to get access to $10,000 from their superannuation in April, and an extra $10,000 next financial year. Be really careful with this, guys, because we've got to realize that when we're taking money from super when the market is down, this can have a massive implication later on. For example, the market's fallen in some cases up to 50%. So that $10,000 that you're taking out is worth, or was worth, $20,000. So you're essentially selling at a 50% discount. So I would urge you to make sure that you tread carefully, use this as a last resort. And look, the key thing here, guys, is make sure that you get the right advice. If you are not structured appropriately, if you submit your BAS incorrectly, if you are not looking for opportunities to maximize your entitlements, then this could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So this is the right time to get advice. There is a lot of complexity here. There's a lot of moving parts. Now, this is stuff that we deal with our clients on a day-to-day basis. So this is about us having a plan A and a plan B. Our plan A is about making sure that we maximize your cash flow. We go through the recession-proof damage control plan. We make sure that we maximize your entitlements as part of plan B, and that we build up a war chest, which many of these incentives can help you build that war chest to see this tough time through. In addition to that, it's about getting poised for the tides to turn, because a lot of these incentives can actually set you up to actually grow your business through these times. So it's not all doom and gloom, guys. So make sure that you get the right advice. We're going to be offering time for you, complimentary, free, not going to cost you anything, completely about just adding value to you. We want to help you navigate these complexities. So if you want assistance with just working out how this applies to you and your business, what you should be doing moving forwards, how you can take advantage of these opportunities and maximize these entitlements, then please reach out to us, book a call. There is a link here. So if you just go to bit.ly/AureusBreakthrough, so capital A for Aureus, capital B for Breakthrough, you'll be able to book in a time with myself or one of the guys in the team, and we're happy to work through this with you. I'll also include a link to our booking calendars in the comments. So if you want to get access to just having a chat, working through this, supporting you through this difficult time, then feel free to book a call. So I'm Jackson Milan, the Wealth Mentor. I'm wishing you all the best, and looking forward to catching up with you guys again soon. Take care.